It's strange how reality mimics fiction, but sometimes reality is even stranger than fiction. I know you're all familiar with the stories of some of the biggest historical failures like the Titanic, Operation Barbarossa, and Tanacon. These are all very well known and have been analyzed to the bone. But for me, the strangest events are the most obscure ones. Today, we're gonna go to a nightmarish realm. We're going to the Nether. You know what, actually? Screw the Nether. We're going somewhere even better. Turkmenistan. But before we get there, a word from our sponsor. You know them, you love them, Raid Shadow Legends. But you already knew that, didn't you? What you probably didn't know is that Raid has a whole world of cool champions, all from their own unique faction. And the first faction you meet is the Banner Lords. If you want to get the game, use my link in the description to download Raid to your mobile phone or PC. The Banner Lords are a completely human faction in Teleria, unlike those other monster factions, based on the feudal knights of medieval Europe. But as of current day, they're not doing so hot. They've launched a war against their former allies in the High Elves, and I heard from a little birdie that their once good King Tabia is under the influence of a growing shadow. Ooh, so much drama. But to be sure, it's your job to find out in Chapter 1 of the game. No spoilers.
I'm not starting my...
One of my favorite champions from the Banner Lords is Septimus. Just look at that helmet. Listen guys, one of my favorite things about Raid is trying to blow off some steam by going into PvP battles. Play a couple quick battles, it's a lot of fun.
Do you guys not have phones?
This month, Raid has a ton of summer events for you to get your grubby little hands on. Fellas, we're talking special fusion events to get a brand new epic champion, tournaments against other players, and a lot more. They've also released 5 new champions for you to get. Pretty cool stuff, am I right? They got plans to update the game this summer, so if you're gonna get the game, now's the time to do it. So if you want to get started in Raid, all you have to do is hit the link in the description or scan my QR code on screen now, and you'll get the epic hero Chronoru, 200k silver, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and 1 ancient shard so you can summon an awesome champion as soon as you get in the game. All this is waiting for you here. Click the link down below, it's that easy, and I'll see you there.
Ad.
Is now done.
Turkmenistan is a bit of a funny country, and if by funny you meant one of the worst human rights disasters in the world, rivaling our good friend Little Rocket Man, you'd be correct. The dictator put up gold statues of himself all over the country instead of funding education or healthcare, like a modern day pagan Min. Speaking of healthcare, at one point it was law to come to the capital for medical treatment. Given that a large portion of the population lives in rural areas, this turned out to be a horrible idea. It, unsurprisingly, caused the country's life expectancy to plummet. He also made the brilliant move of naming the days of the month and week after himself. You know, like that scene from The Dictator?
You are HIV Aladdin?
Not far off from that, honestly. Like, we're talking Tropico levels of insane here. Despite all this, did you know this country has built a nether portal? Yeah. Well, built is a strong word. Let me explain. Here's how the story goes. During the 1970s, Turkmenistan was a republic within the Soviet Union, along with 14 other ethnically based Soviet socialist republics. While these republics technically have their own government, they can all be overruled by the central government in Moscow. The Soviet leadership can go into these republics, do whatever they want, and the local government can't really do anything. In terms of steppe countries, they usually got the butt end of that Russian stick, mainly due to the fact that, unlike the other ones, they don't have a significant population, strategic importance, and they're probably not gonna rebel. So in 1971, the Soviets sent out an expedition into Turkmenistan to investigate an alleged oil field. And you all know how valuable oil is. They found one in rural Turkmenistan just outside of a town called Garvaza. They set up a drilling rig and got to work, but soon they found out this might not be oil. It doesn't sound like oil. It doesn't smell like oil. It doesn't taste like oil. This
Is crack.
is natural gas. That's not good. After they start drilling, the natural gas deposit collapses into a canyon. Turns out they didn't guess correctly where the gas deposit was, so they're actually directly on top of it here when they should probably be over here. Then the ground underneath them starts to collapse, which causes them to lose all their equipment, but fortunately all of them survive. All is well, thank God. Except for the fact they have a natural gas deposit spewing methane into the air, which is Very not good. Very bad, in fact. But come on, it's probably not gonna kill people in the state it's in, especially in open air, right? True. However, methane gas is highly flammable. If Old Man Teamer takes a smoke break with too much natural gas in the air, so this isn't something where they can just say, nah, whatever. And over the next little while, people start to notice something. A lot of the animals around where this deposit is are dying. This is concerning not only for the people investigating, but the village nearby. At this point, they have natural gas spewing in the air. People are concerned in the nearby town, animals are dying, and they might be in a lot of trouble. So they run through their options. One, just leave the thing and say fuck it. Well, unfortunately, you can't do that.
No, unacceptable.
Because if the gas keeps spewing, you could destroy the nearby town when Babushka lights the stove. Two, turn it into a natural gas deposit. This would be a great idea, but unfortunately, the crater is massive. About 230 feet wide and 65 feet deep. There's no way you can make a deposit out of that, especially since it's already collapsed. Which left one option. Light the damn thing on fire?
Fire! 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 Fire!
No way. No way. There's no way. We can't do that. Well, unfortunately, natural gas can't be trapped, so this is kind of your only option. And despite how ridiculous it sounds, it's not necessarily a bad idea. If you can just burn the stuff off, hypothetically, we can forget any of this happened. And nobody has to die, get sent to a re-education facility. So it was decided. They were gonna set the natural gas crater on fire. They struck their match and dropped it in. Just kidding, it was a success. Now they just need to wait a few weeks for it to burn off. Just a few more weeks. Any minute now. It's still burning. This is not good. Dimitri, how long has this been burning for? About 50 years. How long was it supposed to take? A few weeks. Is the Soviet Union still a country anymore, Dimitri? No. To this day, it's still burning strong. Actually, it celebrated its 50th birthday a year ago. The Turkmen government has tried to turn this into a tourist attraction. You can actually walk right up to it. There's no railing or blockade, nothing's preventing you from just falling in. But, I don't know why you would go there. It's just a big fuck-off fire pit in the ground. Apart from being a gate to hell or nether, depending on your sexual preference, there isn't much to see here. Nothing happens here, right? It's not like the self-proclaimed Turkmen president for life drove donuts around the hole to disprove a hoax about his death. Remember how I said reality is stranger than fiction? To be a fly on the wall in that meeting. Mr. President, the public thinks you're dead. Should we make an announcement? Yes, of course. Should I get the TV broadcast ready for you? No, I have a better plan. And as I was writing this video, another nether portal opened up in the Gulf of Mexico. Although this was just an oil pipeline burst. Boring. So make your choice. You take the blue pill and you go to the Virgin Gulf of Mexico, where all the mainstream news outlets are reporting on it. Or you take the red pill and come to Chad, Turkmenistan, where the only people reporting on this are bought out by the Turkmen government and international freelance journalists who will probably be in prison. The choice is yours, Neo. Personally, I'm gonna go to the country that Reporters Without Borders called an internet enemy, and where at one point they banned video games. Wait, what? Well, hello there. 100k subs. Some crazy shit, man. Some crazy shit. I remember when I started this channel over a year ago, I would be happy. I remember I thought I'd be happy if I got like 100 subs. I thought that was fucking insane. So now 100,000, that's a lot of fucking people. I hope this video doesn't ruin the image of my channel. Seeing this instead of, this. I hope it doesn't ruin it. Anyway, I want to keep this short. I just want to shout out two things. I have the second channel is actually fucking going now. I'm not fucking around and just saying it's gonna be going. It's actually going now. It's called The Gum Show, and it basically what it is, it's gonna be like this, me just talking into the camera and stuff that didn't deserve its own video. So right now there's one on Reddit Island that will be live as soon as this video goes live. That'll be on there. And another thing I wanted to shout out was the Kino Corner. He has been such a fucking amazing friend to me. He's been such a big help for this YouTube stuff, getting me all organized and whatnot. So I've left the link to his channel in the description. He's also just put out a movie called Wasted Hours. It's a really good kind of throwback nostalgia movie. So if you want to check that out, I've left the link to get that in the description. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for 100K.